Alright, so this video is going to be Kylie's showcase with her hacker, which is definitely the stronger of the two classes for her. Engineer can do some neat stuff, but it's definitely not for me. Anyways, we are setting everyone else home. Show you how much of a monster Kylie is.
이거 불확실성이 너무 높아. 정도로만 하면 돼.
Spotted, that's fine.
모노 비비 가자.
Now the thing is with Kylie is, I consider her a scout just like I use Misty. I have her go in, take out priority targets, and then it's usually best to get out. She can actually handle the flag a lot better than Misty when the enemies actually do come at you.
모노 비비 가자.
But you can very easily get yourself AT locked, so it's better to just take your kills where you can get them and then dive out. So a big thing with her is just move protocol and then attack protocol. Anything and everything to death.
이건 피할 수 없을 걸. 우린 언제나 준비되어 있어. 모노 비비 가자. 이건 피할 수 없을 걸. 아, 재활용도 못 하겠네. 모노 비비 가자. 이건 피할 수 없을 걸. 좋은 결과 샘플인데.
And she does this pretty much all with practically no action time, which is the part that's just really fucking bonkers.
모노 비비 가자.
If you have enough speed, especially, you can actually maintain this for quite a while.
이건 피할 수 없을 걸. 아, 재활용도 못 하겠네.
And we'll dive back in for the
모노
final
비비
blow.
가자. 간다. 출력 100%다.
Didn't quite get everybody, but hey, you know, it's a limited 12 hits, so you do what you can. And her turn's up in 6 action time anyways, so she's gonna get her turn before any of them even move again anyways. And yeah, so we are out of the attack protocol, so that's where we're gonna reboot. We're gonna move protocol first.
모노 비비 가자. 이건 피할 수 없을 걸. 역시 난 천재야. 이건 피할 수 없을 걸. 당연한 일에 일일이 놀라지 말아줄래? 모노 비비.
The reason why I generally consider her a scout character more than like a full-on chain killer, even though she is killing a ton of people, is she does kind of have an upper limit on how many people she can realistically kill. And it's mostly going to be limited based on your how many attack protocols you're able to use.
모노 비비 가자. 상황 좀 파악해.
Let's get 2. Oh, get 3 people. All right. We already started the retreat. You can see the clock's ticking down very slowly as I'm still pretty much just going through and dismantling the entire White Tiger team.
역시 난 천재야.
we are also running out of vigor, and this is heavily based on being in overload, because I actually do get negative vigor recovery while in overload.
이건 피할 수 없을걸? 계산된 결과지.
Yeah, because now we're at 0 vigor, and that's where I gotta pop energy drink, and I do recommend that if you're gonna play her on Mind Body Unity. If you're not playing Mind Body Unity, you kind of won't have that problem, but it's still a good idea in general to have some way to recover your vigor.
이건 피할 수 없을걸? 우린 언제나 준비되어 있어.
Key thing is you want to just make sure that you're always using two protocols every turn, so that way you trigger multi-processing.
이미 계산된 결과지. 모노 비비 가자. 이건 피할 수 없을걸? 역시 난 천재야. 모노 비비 가자. 이건 피할 수 없을걸? 당연한 일에 일일이 놀라지 마. 모노 비비 가자. 나 내 출력 100%다. 모노 비비 가자. 모노 자 찾으렴.
Must be further down.
이건 피할 수
We got
없을걸?
2 more attack protocols, so this is about where we're gonna run out of steam.
모노 비비 가자. 비비 쏴. 역시 내 계산은
Serve that a
정확해.
little bit.
이거 불확실성이 너무 높아.
Crasher.
모노 자 찾으렴.
There it is. I'll get a Skull Eater. And yeah, pretty much I just went from the entire south east end all the way to the northwest end, and basically enemies have almost had 0 turns this whole time.
역시 불확실성이 높아.
Do that just for the multi-processing. Ow. Normally I don't take so much damage. Oh no. Alright, so that did not end exactly how I wanted it, and that's another reason why it's kind of risky to have her go completely diving in like that. But that mostly had to do with my block was lowered because I've used a bunch of my what's it called? My protocols. So your defenses actually go down as you cast your protocols. And because I was running low on protocols, and then Skull Eater also having the block shred, yeah, that definitely put me in range to get killed. So I was kind of asking for it there. I was 1 square away from reaching him, which that, is unfortunate. Because if I could reach him, I would have just attacked protocoled him and it would have been done. So, I always try to think ahead. Kylie is very good for diving in and taking out priority targets and then getting right out afterwards because of the way that she can get turns. But she cannot really go through and clear like a whole fucking map. I mean, maybe there's some builds that can do it, but with my setup, not really. And then with Hacker specifically, you only get like 2 reboots, so At most, you have 24 attack protocols, so you really have to space it out and pay attention to what you're doing. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the build. So this is the build. This gear is very high end, so you know, do what you can, but you want to try to get as much speed as possible. The flash boots are good. Cleaning agent boots are also good because they have high speed and movement. You do get a little bit less HP and defense, so if you just want to be a little more defensive, I'd say stick with the flash boots. But if you want just to go all in on speed, at most, you're really only going to get about 5 more speed for quite a bit of defense loss, so pick your poison. Kind of doesn't matter which way you go, honestly. I mean, the defense difference isn't that much, and the speed difference also isn't that much. Accessory, I do recommend Bonaparte's, just high speed, get as good a roll as you possibly can. I do like having the extra block on it from inevitability, because we are able to get up to 100% block as long as we have enough protocol charges, so I would recommend keeping that. Chest piece, you can go bends if you want to be more defensive. This will give you more block, and this is probably actually would have saved me from Skull Eater if I was actually wearing the bend suit jacket instead. But if you want a little more offense, you can go with Hansen's. Kylie does consume a lot of vigor, so Sanson's is actually a decent alternative. With Sanson's jacket, you get a little more move speed, you get extra vigor, so you have a higher base vigor, and you get some vigor recovery each of those turns. It's only a small amount of vigor recovery, but it does add up over time, especially if you are not playing on Mind Body Unity. If you are on Mind Body Unity, you are just going to eat your vigor no matter what you do. And then for weapon and the sub armor, I recommend her set. This is mostly just to give you more access to protocols. The gear slot gives you 2 additional to your assist protocols, which is your search protocol, move protocol, support protocol, and also reactive matrix or hacking protocol. And you can swap out search protocol for any of these other 3 if you need it. I do recommend you keep the support, attack, and move protocol, of course. And then alternatively, you could drop reinforced attack protocol for administrator protocol. That'll allow you to go with a lot more single target focus instead of dropping a big AoE nuke. But because I'm on Mind Body Unity, big AoE nuke is just generally better. But you could actually get quite a few protocol cast out of administrator protocol. You can basically get about 3 attack protocols and 2 move protocols if you play it right, or about 2 of each actually, because you're gonna have to have a whole turn pass either way. So that's always an option. Reactive Matrix gives you additional block and allows you to retaliate whenever an enemy attacks you. So that can actually be decently useful. Hacking protocols for like dealing with robots. Probably actually don't recommend that one so much because it's just really random and not really all that useful. And then Confusion Protocol actually allows you to put dummies up that stall the enemy, and it costs no vigor, so that's actually a really good bonus to it, I'd say. I do like keeping the Search Protocol though, because of dealing with like crabs and anything that has Darkness Hunter can actually be really, really annoying. And Cover Move. If you reveal enemies, the crab bits will come out from the ground. Any of the rangers that are taking cover will no longer benefit from Cover Move, therefore they will not automatically dodge, and therefore you can actually hit them. So yeah, Search Protocol is actually pretty good. That, and it tells you where the enemies are, at least within a certain range of you, so that's always useful as well. Masteries. This is cookie cutter. This is not a build that's original to me. This is what other people have helped to develop. So I'll walk you through it, let you know what's going on here. So Bookworm basically means that you basically can't be infected with status effects, at least not long term. As soon as you get your next turn, all debuffs on you are removed. If a debuff is removed, you gain excitement. So it's actually okay to go into like poison or burn fields because you just basically feed yourself a free buff. You might take a little bit of damage, maybe, from like the burning one, I think, because it's at the end of your turn, but the poison will actually remove at the start of your turn before it can even do damage to you. This is increases the administrator protocol by 2 turns, so this is what allows it to have 5 turns. So if you want to use administrator protocol instead of the reinforced attack protocol, you always have that option here. This just improves your damage performance a little bit. Nothing too special to write home about. The main thing is we are trying to slap on as many of the hacker protocols or masteries as possible. So multiprocessing, this is the thing that allows you to just have stupid amounts of turns. If you use a protocol ability at least 2 times during your turn, your action time decreases by 2 per 2 uses of all available protocols. So we have a total of 8, 8, 6, 6, 8 protocols in total. So that's 16, 22, 28, 36. So you have to cast 2, so at least. So the first 2 you cast will lower you from 36 to 34. So you're going to go down per 2, down by 2. It's kind of weird. It's a little weird why it's not just 1 per, but per protocol, like 1 action time per protocol. But it's 2 per 2. So, but if you cast your first action time, you'll have your action time reduced by 34, which with best condition is 44. So if you're at 36 action time, you're basically guaranteed your next turn immediately. And that continues for a while. With my speed value, I have 45, and then you get an extra 30 speed as soon as you cast move protocols, so that puts you at 160 speed. And that pretty much puts you like well under 40, and I think it actually puts you pretty close to the 36 action time, which is the hard cap on how low you can lower it during your turn. When your turn ends, though, that's when multiprocessing and the best condition kick in. And you basically can do that for several turns in a row, getting your turn in like less than like 10 AT, like very consistently. So that ability is really damn broken. Protocol, put a target out of action increases SP by 1 per currently applied Scholar and Hacker Mastery. So because all the Hacker and other masteries we have here, this gives us just flat SP, so it basically acts as like a roar of victory as you're killing enemies. That's why you're able to get your SP charged up and be able to use your ult like fairly frequently. Refactoring helps, just lowers all your cooldowns and vigor cost, which is really needed. Restart optimization. This is what gives you access to rebooting. Well, reboot itself you have access to, but you can only use it once by default, and this ups it to a second use. And then also when you use the reboot, it recovers all your cooldowns by 1. So if you have something that's on cooldown, you can actually use this to put it back into being available to use. And early bird gives you an extra. When you put targets out of action, you recover cooldown. So with that, and then you also have Catharsis, you get 2 cooldowns, so your 2... Well, it says 1 cooldown, but if it's during your turn, it'll actually go to 2, because it's supposed to be 1 turn after the turn ends. So it'll actually be 2, but because you recover 2 cooldown, your attack protocol, as long as you kill, immediately comes back up. So that's pretty busted. Sharp Spirit, this is kind of on here. Like, this is one of the slots that's really not needed. Like, you can drop this. Like, it does help with some of your block shred, and block shredding also helps with your crit chance. When we have Excitement, we do have 98.98 crit chance, so we don't exactly have 100% crit chance outright. And then enemies block also lowers your crit chance by a 1-to-1 ratio, so shredding some block does help. So does Breakthrough on that, and I do recommend you keep Breakthrough. That's just something you're going to need because of the way the in-game is. Potentially you could take Sharp Spirit off, and I don't know if there's any hacker. You could potentially throw like another hacker, or let me see, hacker or scholar mastery, but I don't know what's currently not on. We could drop Hysteria for, oh no, yeah, we could drop Hysteria and look for a basic, which there's data structure, reverse engineering. You have both those on already. Great Scholar is the only, okay, so basic won't work. We cannot gain another ability slot. I have a couple knowledges already on. Algorithm, code optimization, yeah, those are all on already. Okay. Got both the defense ones. There's no scholar defense. So support, educational book, professional book, which are already both on, and yeah, so we basically have every mastery already on at this point. Advanced information. Yeah, no, just everything's already on. So yeah, I mean that's really it. Just slap on every backer and scholar mastery. Call it a day. Really surprised that every single one of them's on. Guess there just isn't that many. Yeah, just really isn't that many. Alright. You could slot in Principalist to get an extra support slot, and then from the support slot you could slot in, you won't have enough points to do Roar Victory, but you could slot in Pouring Spirit just to get your SP gain a little quicker, because there are a couple times where you end up on 99 SP, so that's also an option. Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it. I think I demonstrated how absolutely retarded Hacker is. I love running her in 54, just taking out all the little drones. This setup is not especially good at damaging the Destrons. Like, it can do damage, but like it's not a Destron killer. But you do need to be careful, because if you get hit with like a delay and you don't get a turn back up, you are in a lot of trouble. So very good. Dive in, take out targets, and dive back out. And then alternatively, the other thing that it's kind of overlooked sometimes is once you kind of run out of attack protocols, you can actually just kind of run back to your team and just support the team with support protocols, just giving party members turns, is actually really strong. So definitely don't neglect that. And the fact that she can activate this and then just with her first action point and then pass with her second action point, she gets her turn back up pretty quickly as well. So she basically just gives extra turns to, you know, whichever party member, or if you got someone who's lagging behind or someone who's been hit with an AT delay, you can actually get their turn back and get them back into the action. So support call is actually really powerful ability and should not be neglected. Yeah, no, Kylie's good. Probably one of the most unique designs in this game, but very overtuned, in my opinion.